Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
So let's talk today, sister, about the terrifying silence of stillness that you feel. You know, we live in this world now which is so addicted to busy, right? To be constantly a place of doing, of taking action. Listen, and I'm all for taking action. Like, that's some good shit. Take action. Do things. Don't just talk. Like, do, right? But it's become such that there's, you know, to be able to just take a moment for yourself or to meditate or to like get to the fucking gym is seen by particularly women. Women tend to buy into this bullshit more than men. But these things are like seen as a luxury. Like, you know, when I have the time, I will do that stuff. And the stillness often becomes this terrifying thing because, you know, action can be a way to numb, right? Action, by the way, can be the action you pour into your business, right? Action can be, you know, the constant doing can be like how you mother and take care of your children. The constant busyness and doing can also be in, you know, maybe it is you're at the gym, but like, that's just like busy, just go, like you push. The way that you move your body is constant intensity. And it's never a point of stillness. That the thought of you being in a yoga class makes you want to fucking blow your brains out because you're like, no, I got to be still. Wait a second, the hardest pose? Yeah, it's Savasana. Which, by the way, is the one where you're lying on your back with your arms and your legs out to your side, breathing, being still. Because you don't like the shit that you're hearing in your head. Because you don't like the thoughts that are coming to you. And if you constantly fucking stay in motion and keep yourself busy, then you won't hear that shit. You will drown it out. You will choke that bitch out that you don't want to fucking hear. And so the silence, the stillness, the simply spending time with yourself, meditation, journaling. Do you know how many of you sisters have told me that you're afraid to journal because you don't know what's going to come out? Like, and it's literally words on a page. That stillness and silence you're terrified of. Terrified. And so, again, you know, this is something that is just, it is shunned. And as mothers, as women, pardon me, but particularly as mothers, there's this constant feeling of, but I should be doing something, right? Like, I get it. I can still go in that place, but I was really in that place at one point. Like, I mean, really. And I can think of particularly, it was at the crux of it when I was, so in the practice full time, when I had my network marketing business, and then I had started coaching. And so I had started, like, my previous podcast had gone on for a little bit over a year, and I had been blogging, video blogging before that, but it was like when I started doing the coaching, well, now I have clients. It's different than I'm putting out a message and I'm producing content. Well, now I'm actually coaching. Like, that was a whole later. So I literally was at like three gigs, 3 businesses. Plus, my boys at that time would have been, let me see, they would have been 2 years old. Is that right? Yeah, 2 years old. And then would have been like 5. Okay, so like little. Tyson would have just been starting kindergarten like that fall. And I'm trying to keep my marriage together at the time. Like, there was a lot of fucking shit going on. I was constantly in that moment. It would be like, so I would get up in the morning and I would maybe like read and that kind of thing, but I would like, let me check email, let me send out some, you know, messages back. People are asking me about stuff, asking me about the network marketing business. I'm recording a podcast, and then I would go to the practice, leave at like 6:30 to go to the practice. I'd be finished by maybe like 11 that morning. I'd come home. I'd have back-to-back appointments, people that are meeting me that I'm doing, because I worked with a company called doTERRA, which is essential oils. So I meet people in person. I'd be doing like virtual Skype calls. I'd be doing Facebook trainings. I'd be doing like coaching, was coaching at the time, with other women that were on my team. Then I go back to the practice for the afternoon. I'd be there from, let's see, maybe 2:30 or so until like 6, 5:36. And then I'm trying to think, would I go and pick up my kids, or would Ed? Probably Ed would go pick up the boys. And then I come home, be with the kids, barely be with the kids, and then put the kids to bed. And then I would work for another 2 or 3 hours and go to bed maybe like midnight, maybe later. Literally just like almost like I remember like it would be so hard for me to see because I would be so fucking exhausted that I literally would be like squinting. That somehow like the words on my screen would be blurry on my laptop, and so I would squint. You know, people that like they try to do that, right? If they like need to have glasses and they're avoiding like in the glasses, or they don't have them, they think that like they squint, somehow it's gonna like it's gonna narrow their vision, it's gonna allow them to see better. Yeah, somehow I thought that was a strategy for me being able to stay up a little bit later. I'd be yawning, and there'd be my husband would be in the living room on his laptop doing work too. He'd be like, honey, get the fuck to bed. Like, I've just heard you yawn 5 times in the last 30 seconds. I was addicted to that shit. CrossFit, just boom, boom, but like that kind of intensity, right? All of it. And if I had 5 minutes or something, I'd be like, okay, what can I do? I'm gonna send out 2 emails. I'm gonna record that thing. I'm gonna shoot a video. I'm gonna like email this person back. Like every single moment would be squashed and filled. And you know what? Listen, there's a season and a time for these things, right? You might be in a point where maybe you're juggling a couple things right now, and that's okay for a period of time, but not as a constant normal way of being. It's just not. It's not sustainable. It's absolutely not healthy. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you will fucking bankrupt yourself in many different ways. And so the thought of just being like silent with my thoughts, like literally it would just be like, I go to CrossFit. No, I have these calls to do. I'm just going to go do that instead. Just constantly busy. And constantly in place of service to others, which by the way, that's something that we do very well as women, right? I used to kind of cringe when I heard this word before, but like women is really like, there is a real nurturing component that's part of our DNA to care for others. It just is. I don't care if it's another human being or it's your dog or it's your cats. Like there is a feeling within us as females, as women, to nurture and to care for others. But the challenge and the biggest fucking like irony of all that is often there's no care back to self. And the bigger piece of that too is you cannot possibly care for a human being at the potential that is possible if you do not care for yourself first. Right? That whole thing of you can't give from an empty cup. Nor can you say, well, you should take care of yourself and you don't. Like, what a fucking hypocrite. But yet, the silence and the stillness is necessary for you to continue to live at a high level. For those of you that go like, I'm so exhausted, I'm so tired, and where do you get the energy? And, like, oh my God, you're 49, like, what's your secret? Like, yeah, here's what it is. Stillness and silence. I create it for myself every day. I crave it. I'm committed to it. And are there times that I don't even want to be with my own thoughts and my own silence? Sure. If I'm in the pit and stuff, yeah. It's easier to get distracted by busy or just being around other people or put myself into the kids or to my husband or, yep. But yet within the silence, within the stillness, are always my answers. Always. I literally will ask myself questions inside my head. Or God, or the universe, like the voice inside. And so I'm going to have you consider today, sister, that the thing that you are terrified with the most is the thing that's going to bring you the most answers, peace, clarity in your life, but yet you're avoiding the one thing that's going to bring you there. And again, like, I get it. It's fucking hard. I remembered, like, when I was doing yoga, when I first started doing yoga like years ago, probably, oh gosh, I'm trying to think now. When did I first start doing? I haven't done yoga for over a year. When I first injured this hamstring and then became re-injured, and then Baker's cyst behind my knee and a swollen calf right now, and I can't do some of those things, and I've just poured all of me into boxing. But when I first started doing yoga, probably 12 years ago. Yoga, I did Ashtanga yoga, I did Bikram for a while, different kind of forms of hot yoga, like just lots of different yoga. Did 2 30-day challenges, kind of like before my children were born, but I remember the beginning of yoga and just like being so in my head about shit. Or being like angry I couldn't get certain poses, right? And then I'd be in my head going like, awesome, Karen, you suck. You're fucking angry in yoga class. Like, what the hell? Like, isn't this the opposite result of what is supposed to happen with yoga? Calm, peaceful, No, I'm mad. I'm running stories in my fucking head. And it probably took me, like, I kid you not, like probably a good couple months for me to not be in that place. And to really learn. And it was practice to learn how to be present. So I understand that feeling of like, silence, stillness, like, no thank you. Let me just do shit, right? And it becomes a high too, doesn't it? Like in addiction, like, look at all the shit I got done today. When I would have people that would say to me like, oh my God, Karen, look at all the shit that you do. And I'd be like, it's not really a big deal. But inside I'm like high-fiving myself going like, yeah, fuck yes, I rock. Look at all the shit I got done on my to-do list. Bam. And you and I both know that thing of completing the list, which is an insane list that we've created, happens like, every once in a blue moon. Because you can't keep creating that shit because the things that keep adding to the list, to the pile, it's just like, it's impossible. So the terrifying silence. So here is my more tip for you today. I'm going to take that really as a challenge. Okay? For the next 7 days, for 10 minutes, you're going to sit and be still. You want to call it meditation? Awesome. Do you want to sit there and breathe? Beautiful. But you're going to sit. You can sit in your car for 10 minutes. When you drive home and just sit and drive it for 10 minutes. You could get up early in the morning and just sit for 10 minutes in silence, eyes closed. You could sit on a chair. You could sit cross-legged. I don't give a shit, but sit. Don't lie down because that's going to become a nap. I used to say meditation, hey, you could lie down. No, you can. I mean, you can. But sit. Sit and be still for 10 minutes a day over the next 7 days. And then when you're done with that, I want you to journal what came up for you from that. What insights and revelations did you experience from simply being still for 70 minutes total, right? 10 minutes a day over the next 7 days. And there you go. Okay, sisters, so listen, inside the sisterhood is where I share a lot of this and go very, very deep into how do you really create a life of more, right? How do you get clarity? How do you figure out and remember who you fucking are? So here's what I want you to do. If you're not already in the sisterhood, I want you to head over to drkarenosborn.com/sisterhood, and you can join this very, very affordable group coaching program with women around the world for the first 7 days for free. Don't pay me shit. You get this all for free, just like the podcast. And you can really see what this is all about. And I can tell you right now, you're going to want to stay because you're going to see incredible value from that. So that's at drkarenosborn.com/sisterhood. Number 2, you need to make sure you are on the newsletter. So right now, go to drkarenosborn.com/action guide. I'm going to send you some amazing gifts for being part of the VIP access list. Women want to more newsletter and try. And number 3, to make sure to subscribe to this newsletter and leave a 5-star review. Subscribe so you can get every single episode. Leave a review so you can help impact other women that need to hear this message. So I will talk to the next episode, sister. A life of more is just one step away from you doing the fucking work every single day. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosborn.com/newsletter.